Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Hank from Wizards Den, and welcome to How to Play Sorcery episode number 6. Today's episode is not about how to play Sorcery itself, but how to play Sorcery using Tabletop Simulator, which is often referred to as TTS. On TTS, there are many keyboard shortcuts you need to use to have a smooth and easy experience playing the game, and none of them are well documented. This episode will cover all those small things that would make your experience playing Sorcery on TTS much better. Also, I will explain setting up the software itself to constructing decks using Curiosa.io. After watching this episode, you should have no problems playing Sorcery on TTS. So, let's start the tutorial. The first thing you need to do is purchase TTS itself. You can buy TTS from Steam. Go to the store section and type in Tabletop Simulator. You should be able to purchase it here. To play Sorcery, you need to subscribe to the mod. Go to the Sorcery official website and click on Play Online. You should be transferred to a Steam TTS workshop page. Press the subscribe button and you are all set. After setting everything up, boot up TTS. If you are the one to start the game, you will have to set a multiplayer server. Press Create and select Multiplayer. Set an arbitrary server name and password and set the max player to a minimum of 2. Press Create Server and you are set. A selection screen of all your games should pop up. Press Sorcery, Contested Realm and press Load. If you are joining someone's server, press Join and search for the appropriate server. Enter password and press OK. Once you are on the server, you will need to choose a color for yourself. Without this, you will not be able to draw cards. Click on your username on the top right and select Change Color. Press the color on your side, which in this case is red. Do not press the gray, as that will make you a spectator. If someone is joining your server, make sure you promote him or her, or he or she would not be able to copy and paste objects. Click on his username and press Promote. If you need to initialize the board after playing, you can click on Games and load the Sorcery game again to initialize everything on the board. The keys that you would be using is presented in this image here. You will also use both right and left button of the mouse. Make sure to get a mouse, as some moves require you to use both the left and right button. To pan the view, you will use WASD keys, each corresponding to the direction to pan. If you want to reset the pan position to the initial position, press on the spacebar. Now I will show how to spawn decks. First, pan your view to the deck spawner, which is placed on the edge of the table. If you want to spawn precon decks, you click on one of the avatar icons in this deck spawner. It will load the required cards automatically. If you want to spawn a deck you created in Curiosa, you first paste the deck URL to this section using Ctrl+V and press Spawn Deck from URL. New decks can't be spawned if there are cards already placed on the spawning location, so make sure you delete any previously spawned cards to load different decks. So you spawn your deck, so now you need to bring this to the play area. To move objects including your deck, you left click on the object, wait for like a half a second and start dragging. If you start dragging too fast, you might not be able to grab the deck as it thinks you are trying to draw a card. Also, you can select a bunch of objects using left click and the drag to select the whole group too. Now you set your decks in the prescribed area and prepare for a game. You will need to shuffle the deck, and to do this, hover the pointer over the deck and press R on your keyboard. After shuffling, you need to decide who goes first. Get a dice from this bag by left-clicking and dragging quickly. there should be a d20 in this bag. You can roll the dice by pressing R on your keyboard while hovering the cursor above the dice. After deciding who goes first, you need to draw your opening hand. To draw cards, you hover the pointer above the deck you want to draw from and press a number for the amount of cards you want to draw. If you want to draw one card, press 1. For the opening hand, you need to draw 3 cards from each deck, so press 3 for each of the decks. As it is relevant to drawing cards, I will show you how to draw a card from the bottom of the deck. You first left-click and hold on the deck until the deck floats. Then press Alt plus right-click while still pressing on the left mouse button. After getting a single card from the bottom separated, press 1 over the card and put it into your hand. Also, I will show how to put cards on the bottom of the deck. There are 2 ways. The first method is to drag the deck on top of the card you want to place on the bottom. The other way to do it is to first pick up the card with left mouse button, then click on the right mouse button while the left is still pressed, and nudge the cards into the deck, which will put the cards on the bottom. One note is that you cannot stack cards to do this. You can only do this one card at a time or have multiple cards fanned out flat like this to make it work. Let's talk about how to search your deck. Right-click on the deck and press Search. You will get the cards shown and you can pull out the required cards. Sometimes you need to rearrange top X number of cards. In this case, you right-click, search, and click on the required number. You can rearrange it from here. To see the cards in zoom, hover your cursor above the card of interest and press Alt key. Sometimes you need to look at cards placed face down. To do this, press Shift plus Alt key. To flip cards, press F on the keyboard. You will be using this often when you are going to mulligan. When you take out cards from your hand directly, the default side is face up and you will be revealing your cards. To prevent this, press F to flip the cards in your hand first. Then take out the cards and put it on the bottom of the library. To tap cards, you first have to set the tap angle to 90 degrees increments. Click on the angle button on the top right and set it to 90 degrees. To tap, hover over the cards, press E to tap, and press Q to untap. When you want to place cards in the subsurface, hover over the card and press U. If you need tokens, you can grab it from this section of the table. To copy some objects, simply use Ctrl plus C and Ctrl plus B. To untap all cards, press this Start Turn button. You can change the mana and element count here. To increase or decrease life, push on the top side of the life counter for increase and downside for decrease. Finally, I will teach you how to make decks in Curiosa. Go to curiosa.io and click Register to make an account. Log in and press New Deck on the top right corner. Enter the deck name and select your avatar and press Create. You can add cards after searching the cards. So that's it. I hope you learned about using TTS and now confident about joining games online. If you are using TTS already and find anything I missed, please let me know in the comments section. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for future episodes regarding sorcery. Thanks for watching, and until next time, have a great game.